So I finally plucked up the courage to have a go at weathering with an airbrush, and I've chosen my victim, which is going to be this old mainline class 56, which you can see I've already given a really light going over with some black wash just to bring out some of the detail on the roof. I've gone so far as masking up the bogies, masking up the contacts and wheels, because anything I can do to make sure this runs better after it's been coated with varnish or coated with weathering powder is going to be a benefit. Unfortunately, best laid plans and everything, I got my liquid mask solution to use today, but unfortunately it's gone very unliquid, so we're now waiting for the postman to turn up with a bottle of Humbrol mask oil. The new bottle of mask oil has arrived. I've gone ahead and already masked up one end of the cab, as you can see, so I'll now start with the other end. And that'll just stop any of the paint getting onto the glass and fogging it up or getting onto the lights. We let it go off, let it dry for about 20 minutes, and it will form like a rubbery skin over all the glass pieces. So I haven't gone mad in terms of spending lots of money on an airbrush for my first try. This is something I got for a birthday present about 5-6 years ago when I was keen to have a go at it, but it's taken me until now to get up the courage to actually start practicing on any of my models. It came from Aldi or Lidl, one of the two, I can't remember now, but it's just a very basic compressor, and I'm using the airbrush that came with the set, so it's not really great for precision work, I imagine, but it's good for sort of chucking some dirt and muck around and a good start. I have bought some other clone airbrushes off of Amazon that I'll try when I'm a bit more proficient, but for now it'll do the job. I've got some matte varnish that I've thinned down a little bit with acrylic thinners. I'm going to give the model a couple of thin coats of varnish just so that it's got a good surface for us to put any of the weathering effects onto. So I've chosen to use rail match acrylics, using the colours that most people seem to use for general weathering, so I've just stuck with the basics. Got some frame dirt, some sleeper grime, for both those for the bogies and the lower frame and the front of the locomotive, roof dirt for the roof, and some weathered black for the exhaust ports. so. I tried to give a sort of a general level of yuck and grot and filth around the bottom of the bogies there, without going too far and making it look as if it's just driven through a muddy field. I'm quite pleased with how that looks at the bottom so far. So I'll just let that dry off and then I'll have a go at the roof. One thing I have realised though is this airbrush is a bit pants, to be honest. It's making me have my hand at an unnatural angle so I can make sure that the paint is flowing from the cup into the airbrush. It's not really picking it up that well. The other airbrushes that I've bought from Amazon and similar are ones that feed from the top. So I think next time I have a go, I'll definitely try one of those rather than this. But this is okay for a start and to practice and start to learn with. Right, so this one's the roof dirt. So let's have a go with this one on the roof. Right, so let's have a go with a bit of the weather black on the roof, and that'll be the last bit I'll do on it, and just let it dry. Well, for a first go, I'm quite pleased with that. You probably noticed somewhere along the line I lost a buffer, so that's got to be painted and touched in at some point. But in terms of giving it just a general overall coat of yuck and muck, I'm quite happy. Wait till it's perfectly dry, and then I'll peel out the masking solution from the windows. But yeah, overall I'm really happy with that. With the window masking off, I can now have a go at taking the masking tape off of the wheels and the bogies that I put on earlier on, just to prevent any paint from getting onto the wheels or getting onto the contacts. So fingers crossed this has all gone as planned as well, and we'll see in a short while. I'll take it over to the layout and give it a run.